All right, welcome back, everyone. We're live here with the poLANd.tf 2024 LAN qualifiers. All right, this time around, we're going to be watching the Swedes versus the Polish people. It's going to be TCM team, or is it Toilet Cleaning Masters versus Potop Szwedzki, with a bunch of Swedes. And I'm joined, as always, by it's Antimation and Ben PL. How are you doing, Ben? We're actually live.
We're actually live in the games. I'll keep this pretty short, as first mid fight actually already on the way. Bevan and Krull trading out one apiece to start with, but actually both of the blue Swedish scouts taken down, and the rest of the team caught kind of behind enemy lines, caught off by the enemy rock. Never mind, getting the kills that they need to maybe stay in this for a bit longer, but Krull coming in doing big damage onto Onkaya, and maybe going to try and push it even further as well as Alov, but not quite going to manage to get any more. Gets into Gar, but not onto that all-important medic pickers. Actually going to go in even deeper, never mind. Going to go and try and get through, gets the force out, as Solar going to be forced to jump away, but Shio still has, and Shio is still sat in choke, getting ready to try and collapse back in onto these retreating blue players.
Yeah, they're going to have to get out of here because the Polish presence is just way too strong right now, and obviously they did have to pop the Uber to actually make it out of there. Unfortunate situation, but they didn't really have much of a choice there, so well played by the Polish, by TCM. So I'm going to have to work on this. But they're going to come in now with full Uber ad here, and we have a sticky trap by Smear, and actually we're going to have a soldier jumping in as well. It's going to be good old Satan, but as you, no respect there. You never hit these.
Yeah, good effort with the air shot, but yeah, disrespected completely by Shio, who just holds on to the Uber, and now they're at about, 30% disad, so there's chance of an instant push coming in. An instant push will be on its way, and Stick going to start to launch those sticks up towards the door. Smear's taken down as well. Okay, this is looking pretty damn good for TCM as they're collapsing onto the point, getting this first round on the board very quickly, and 2 minutes played, and they're already 1 up.
Yeah, that couldn't have gone any better. They managed to spam down the sentry gun before the push even came in, and then they just immediately caught out Smear so they could just stack the point with no repercussions. Just capped it out super easily. Very clean. Well done by them. And it all came off of a really nice, I want to say mid-fight, but it was kind of like the post-mid-fight. As we have two soldiers pretty quickly here. They're battling it out a little bit, but they're just getting ready to get set up here to do some big bomb-ins.
Yeah, last time we saw the team swap either side rotation, but this time it seems like it might be a bit faster. Solar and Krull landing straight in onto Shio instantly. As never onto Onkaya, Shio taken down as well in tandem, and now Alba left against the world 1v2. Actually going to win out the first fight. Okay, Alba going to take it onto Krull as well, jumping in on towards the point, taking that height, but the scattergun chip damage might be too much, and the pistol is out as well. Alba with a 5k on the mid. Massive plays.
The pizza polished shotgun there, it is so powerful. He is fully back here, Alba. That is a man that wants to go to LAN. Holy hell. That was actually just complete beast mode by him. Just saves that. Both medics got taken down, so they're limping back in now with their team. Looks like TCM, they want to perhaps walk in through this choke, but some good spam there is going to just repulse them for now. They're going to have to set up here on second and be ready to repulse some soldiers themselves.
Yeah, absolutely. For the first time, almost 4 minutes in, we might be seeing a bit of a slowdown, but actually I say that, Shio has actually built up a bit of an ad. I feel like it might not be an ad that they're particularly aware of, as the meds seem to die in tandem on the mid-fight, so might not be seeing anything too aggressive, but actually, yeah, they're seeming, I think, going to respect this on the Swedish side. They're backing up a little bit, not going to play as close to choke as perhaps they would normally, but no, Ubertar has been built up now, and potentially time for the sacks, for the pushers, or any sort of pressure.
And Krull is really far forward. It kind of looks like he's ready to just immediately come in for the counter sack onto Onkaya. You know, right now he can't get in there, but if you just imagine two soldiers jumping through the other choke, then there's going to be a lot more space for him. Actually, he's going to get jumped himself there. Satan jumps in, and Bevan tries to back him up. Yeah. Oh, okay. That's not a good sign, especially now that Solar has gone in. That could have gone really wrong, but once again, they do manage to slowly fight that off. Lots of aggression coming out of both teams. They're just not content to sit back and do nothing.
Yeah, absolutely nice movement there from Spirit on Kaya there, dealing with that solar bomb in, and yeah, like you say, Krull was there for the taking on the IT, gets taken down, but the flank oversteps, and yeah, two scouts just drop into IT, sweep up those last two remaining players, and actually now is the time for the bomb to come in. Satan jumping straight in through, gets a couple of good rockets, follow-ups as well come through over on Gar, not quite gonna get those kills, lots of low HPs, but Solo had actually taken the opportunity to come up on a defensive sniper off class on Process Second. Not something you see every day, but something that can be very powerful, I suppose.
Yeah.
He hit shots like that.
Yeah, immediately makes good on it there. Like you can do so much work with the sniper here. There's a couple of pretty sneaky positions you can actually do. A very common one that we used to see back in the day was that if you go into the sewer area, you can have someone else open up the shutter door, and then the medic is very often standing in that sideline, right? You can kind of see where Unkaya is standing kind of now. But actually, BB runs in.
Oh, he runs past the med.
Yeah, he missed
the demo though, but okay.
Yeah. If you just looked a little bit more to the left, you would have seen just the Onkaya back fully exposed. That's cool to actually get picked off once again. He continues to play really far forward and getting picked off for it.
Yeah, it's quite scrappy right around the second point. It's not really to either team's favour. It's actually the opportunity the picks go through and the trade comes out. Seems like Alba wants to get straight in with that, but even getting dropped as well. And Alba goes down as well. That's both scouts down with no answer at all over for the blue siders. Now 2 men down, 2 scouts, and they're going to have to back all the way out. No bomb denial. Unless anyone can hit some heroics, going to have to screen themselves all the way back out to second. Beaven going to be spawning up now, and another 6 more seconds for Alba, who might be getting denied in his forward spawn, and Gar's getting taken down as well on the way back out. So nice little bit of pressure coming in from TCM as they get out of that sticky situation on second.
Yeah, they can keep on going here. There's some stickies they need to deal with here first, but they are doing that. And they're just going to keep on rolling in. They have a 1-man advantage. That's all they need to really want to push on this, it looks like. They want to get up the pressure curve. Actually, Sola being on sniper probably slowed them down a lot right here. So very unfortunate for TCM that they just had the sniper right there. And actually, Beeman, he's just going to try rush down Stick. Unable to get him, but he does get out alive, and Sola will get taken down. He didn't really have a whole lot of backup there to support him in sewers. So now, all of a sudden, it's the Polish TCM team here. But down a man, and they can get overwhelmed. You see Satan's trying to maybe walk forward, but there's no medkit for him, so can't really jump in. And Gar is also fully accounted for. So I think it looks like... Oh no, Smear might get caught.
Oh, he's taking a lot of damage. Getting jumped as well by Crow and BB. And yep, taken down. That's a massive, massive pick. Long respawn as well on that Swedish demo man. As, yeah, it's going to be really, really hard to hold on now. No sticky traps, no pipe spam in towards these chokes. And Gar getting blocked as well on his jump back. Going to be taken down surely as well. And Uber charge forced out. It's really falling apart completely. Oh, the Swedish blue side Solar getting out a low HP as well. Every little 50-50 seems to be going wrong for them. Yeah, losing Beaven as well. So all the way back out. Chio's still very, very safe all the way back. Everyone's surviving on the Polish side.
Pretty much couldn't have gone any better there for TZM at all. You know, as you said, they just keep on having every little thing come out in their favor. They're going to Uber in right now. There's not even a sentry gun, so they're just going to try and lock down the choke into spawn while they pressure the point. Scout gets a lot of time on it, but does get taken down. But right now, TCM, they're in this bunker area, and they're going to come back in. They don't need a whole lot of time on it. The Scout's going to come in. The Swedish team, they can't leave the point. Beeman will go down, but looks like eventually... Oh, is he going to jump for it? He is going to jump for it. He wants gold here. Cruel. He
gets a kill. BB's there as well. Oh, going to be getting forced off. She's trying to contribute with arrow damage as well, up from 2. Almost managed to sneak a kill there in, but Satan was all too aware of dodging. But not going to be dodging the pressure coming in through Boiler. Straight into 4 as well. And Alba goes down as well. The counter push is just in, and that's a round.
They just jumped into them there and fed their lives away, and that was that. They were already kind of down because, you know, that whole pressure situation before actually meant that Onkaya went down. And that was very unfortunate that they had no heals there, and then they just walked forward and died. That's going to be 2-0 for TCM. You do kind of want to see the Polish team at the Polish land, right? So I kind of feel like maybe that is everything's right. Bro, Stick get jumped by a soldier.
Oh, he beefs it though. They get it eventually. Okay, Smeary's going to land off that last little bit of damage. Assist in the soldier, who's actually able to get out as well. Satan somehow survived that ordeal.
Yeah, nice air from Kaya. It's going to save him.
Great stuff. And yet, 1 demo pick, all it takes to get on this midpoint and see if they decide to go any further as well. Gar's going to be getting close towards Choke. Going to try and see what he can do. Satan there as well, ready for some sort of double pressure coming through. Satan going to land 1 massive rocket onto Shio, who's taken down to 46 HP. I love taking low, cratering onto the point as well. So yeah, the momentum seems to be certainly on the the Potop Szwedzki side as they're actually going to be getting onto Krull as well.
Wow.
So more players falling.
Yeah, even winning a fight in that enclosed space, that's actually really weird. That's very unusual to see that. Solar will end up cleaning him up, but a big problem throughout this entire fight is the shield was kind of weak.
And
but,
the Kai's drops as well.
Kaya
That's also a
died.
problem in the fight, I suppose.
Yep.
These stray pipes over the top and landing straight onto Kaya. Not great at all. Yeah, it just goes so well. They win that fight. I think Bevan gets a bit excited afterwards. Goes for a second fight against the soldier in top IT and
Oh
dear.
no, Sick just perfectly predicted Satan. That's pretty funny. Man. Just those drops are so brutal when you're in those very tight fights where everyone's kind of weak and you're sort of thinking, like, when should I pop this? How much can I milk it? If I take too much damage before I pop it, is it going to be bad? Like, it's very hard to judge, and then as soon as your medic dies, everything just collapses completely.
Yeah, absolutely. And now, speaking of collapsing, there's actually been some time, I guess because Potop Szwedzki have known it's been bad for long enough. They've managed to get a gun up, they've got a heavy up, they've had time to prepare for this onslaught, but not for too long as the Ubercharge comes and deals with that sentry gun straight away. It takes so much space. Everyone on the blue side basically in spawn, going to try and jump down onto the point, but no one's there able to block in time just yet, or are they coming back in eventually? But the frag's going the way.
Oh my god.
Is launching everyone in the air. There's a frying pan kill in the midst of it. We love to see it.
Oh, and Kaya even got a saw and picked up a second drop there in the logs. Brutal for him. That's going to look worse than it is. But yeah, just huge damage from Stick there, and even manages to get in a pan kill just as the icing on the cake on that one. That's going to be 3-0 for TCM already. Only 12 minutes played so far, 18 minutes remaining. And look like Satan's going to jump in very fast again and kind of beefs those rockets. Alright, Stick. We'll taunt him and get punished for it. God, we'll follow up here. So it's actually a pretty good advantage now for the Swedish team.
Yeah, absolutely. Now they're sweeping up even more kills away in front of IT, and only 3 players left alive. Just 2 scouts and the medic for TCM. But they have the presence, they have the height, and they have plenty of space. And BB still feeling very, very confident in this current scenario. Maybe going to have to rethink that when guards start taking it onto the high ground, landing a nice direct onto Allo. BB being taken down as well, and everyone now being forced all the way back. Stick taking even more damage on the way out, and eventually, I know these mid fights seem to be going pretty decent for the Potop Szwedzki side, but yeah, I'm gonna have to stall it here and hopefully not drop on Kaya on the way through this time.
Yeah, it was a good thing they didn't decide to go in there because it kind of lined up with the soldier respawn wave on TCM. They just came back in there in the choke, so they would have been absolutely spammed out. BB's actually going to go sniper, so they're kind of readying up for a bit of a slower pace. And once again, we see this defensive sniper that you're right. We don't see it that often, but now we've seen it twice in a very short amount of time. So definitely a TCM thing that they're very comfortable with. And
different sniper though as well, right? Last time it was a soldier of Solar coming up on the sniper. This time it's BB on the scout. So sacrificing a scout means perhaps denying bombs is going to be harder, but I guess it's also potentially easier if you can just land 150 on someone as they're flying through the air. But that might not matter as the fight seems to be going down in IT, and it seems to be going the way of Potop Szwedzki, getting 3 kills as everyone runs in, tries to salvage what they can. Stick going to be getting out as far as he can, not quite going to be taken down, but BB's not going to be as lucky in his face, and only 2 players left up.
Yeah, and the big downside to having a sniper is that he just has no presence, right? And you can kind of see there that's with Polsky. They just went in and got so many kills. Crew's going to go down again. Uber's have been popped here, and oh, that's a really nice save there from Kaya, who's going to save Smear. So they're going to be in a great position to put pressure onto the point. Actually, everyone's kind of caught on the same side. And when I say caught, I mean they blobbed up here on the Swedish team. Smear is going to walk forward. He's going to put time on the point now, and it's just going to force everyone from TCM to get in there. And this is where they can take damage. However, just not enough players, and BB going to clean up. Very close push here, but TCM, they get every single pick. It's just going to be 1 scout. Oh, Alba gets spotted though. Not even going to be able to threaten the back cap.
Yeah, he decides to just back out. Yeah, cut the losses. Yeah, Sheer going down is a silver lining, means it's going to be even Ubers, and they got a lot of forward spawns. Actually, Potop Szwedzki just about got their forward spawn wave in. Gargam, the only one denied, and Roland maybe not too aware of that. Stepping quite forward on point, and Alba coming in, getting a flank to BB as well, means they're going to be walking in very, very quickly. This is the difference that getting these forward spawns make. They're straight in, straight back, taking the second point again, and despite good amount of damage onto Onkaya, actually means that second point going to be taken, and with few on crits, I think this is all down to how good this crits can be.
Yeah, actually, Onkaya is taken down, so now you just have to push, and keep in mind that Stick wasn't alive, so there's going to be no stickies on the point just yet. Oh, he does come out of spawn, though, and does so much work in BB once again. These pushes are extremely close, but just barely unable to get in there, the poor Swedes.
Yeah, that was like the two BB scattergun shots at the end away from working. Like, BB comes in and deals so much damage with those two shots. If those don't land, or if BB's like a second slower coming out of the spawn door, like, there's a real world where that cap just comes through on the point. There's still two healthy players up on the point.
Yeah, it's still crit streak, by the way. I don't know if we mentioned this, but you know, we have crit streak on Shio, so we might see a demo crits here. I think he's trying to spot where the medic. Yeah, he just hit the medic with the crits. Oh, and he hits him perfectly.
Yeah, really nice work. We saw some rough crits in the previous series, so we will call that one, but this is definitely more on its stick. Landing that all important, and everyone collapsing back and trying to go on Shio. They're going to get it, but it's a full wipe in the favour of the Poles. TCM walking through once more. Everyone gets denied that forward spawn. They're going to be getting under second shield. Surely going to come back up on the stock. And it's going to be roughly even Ubers. With, 13 minutes left. It's back on their own last. I'm sure that Potop Szwedzki aren't particularly happy with how this is going.
No, the good news here for them is that Onkaya spawned quite a bit early, so they're going to have way better heals right now, and look like Solo's actually going to get caught out as well. But they're going to have a man advantage as well. Ga, unable to get out of there. Really nice spam. Gets destroyed as well. Oh, Alba going down as well. And they're still in. They've already committed some players. Smear going down as well. This soldier's not long for as well. BB's just coming in from behind. Oh, he's just going to go for the cap. This has gone so wrong.
Yeah, they can't do anything. Devons against the world, fighting everyone, and not quite going to get anything. Yeah,
I don't even hate the idea of pushing there. It was just they were a bit too slow to back out once they realized, or once they started losing some players, and we just had a map change. So
no,
I'm sure we're gonna dock some prize money at the LAN or something, right?
Yeah, there's fines. I'm not sure if they were aware, but there's fines for if you don't set the STV delay properly. And, we can only assume that was a mid-roll from TCM to make it 5-0. That's like the only reasonable reason why I think we're jumping straight over to Bagel.
Yep. I have no other suggestions as to what just happened there.
We can try and dig up some logs, find out what happened. But before that, that felt weird because obviously Potop Szwedzki had good chances. Obviously they're losing 5-0 in 18 minutes. I don't know. I feel that the scoreline maybe didn't reflect the gameplay. What do you think stood out from TCM? Sort of made them have this 5-0 scoreline. Do you think?
So I think first of all, Potop Szwedzki, every time they had a last push, they beefed it and barely, right? So that's the first thing. They need to nail those. They had a bunch of advantage pushes in there. And then the second part is that as soon as they get a disadvantage, they had a tendency to just send players forward and then feed them way too quickly. So when they had a small disadvantage, it just became a big disadvantage very quickly, and they ended up getting rolled over. So even though it was very, very close, when they just got that slight disadvantage in one way or another, it just turned into a big disadvantage way too quickly, and they need to be able to slow that down.
Yeah, absolutely. And we've got logs on the screen, but I feel like they might have perhaps bugged slightly, as we're getting a few duplicates. But what hasn't bugged is stick dropping just shy of 400 DPM. So great with their shield only dying 3 times, and yeah, like you say, there was a few of these near misses coming through that I guess in a closer game might have come back to bite. But yeah, you're not going to win a game of TF2 if you concede 5 rounds. So I think even if those attacks had gone a bit better, maybe there was other problems. But I suppose we use this time and have much time before the game. We remind everyone sort of what the stakes are in this game. So the winner of this game, as in this best of 3 series, goes to LAN, confirmed they've qualified. The loser will finish second in the group because both of these teams have beaten the teams below them. These are the top 2 teams. The losing team will go into a repechage sort of bracket, where the second team in each group goes into a new group, and the top 3 from that get to go to LAN. So even if a team loses this, there's still a chance that they take one of those other 3 spots in the second round group stage. But of course, everyone wants to not risk that. You don't want to be that one team in the second group stage that fails to make it. So you want to not take any chances and try and jump through as quickly as possible.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially if you've already booked like hotel rooms and stuff.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
But yeah, okay. So how many teams end up going on into the tournament here? Because obviously we have a bunch of invite teams where we would just say, okay, you guys are good ETRL teams. Like it doesn't matter. We trust that you would be able to qualify anyway. So we have a bunch of those, and then the rest, because the venue is limited in space, they have to actually play for it. So,
exactly.
How many are qualified?
So there's 9 teams that are invited directly. That is, invited that have like accepted the invites and can play essentially. So there's 9 spots taken before the qualifiers, and then there's 7 spots available. So the setup is it's 4 groups of 4. So the top 1 from each group is like the first 4, and then the remaining 3 come from that second place bracket thing. So yeah, there's 7 spots through 16 teams total. Due to venue space, I'm sure that we'd have loved to have as many teams. We'd love to have 50 or 100 teams there, but of course we live within a finite world, and that's not entirely something that's possible. But 7 spots available for everyone who's not in that like invite pool of teams, and that's those teams now battling out for those last 7 spots.
Yeah, it's a bit of a weird tournament format just because we don't really care who wins, right? That's sort of weird. We're much more interested in who's number 7 and 6, right, and who's number 8. That's what we're really trying to determine here. Like whether or not you're 5 or 1 doesn't matter, right? You're just qualified. So, so it's a bit of a weird tournament format for that reason, and therefore I wasn't quite able to find the time to look into it. So that's why I'm a bit, ignorant to this.
But the thing is, anything like this, like unless it's like a really, really stupid sort of format, like teams want to win, and they like better things happen for that team if they win their games. So like on the basis level, it doesn't matter too much. And I guess it's not like week 7 of like Prem last season where it's like teams need something to happen and have to rely on this other team doing something. Like it's less crazy than that. Literally, the winner of this series goes through, loser does not, and goes into this lower bracket to say.
Yeah. All right. Let's talk about Bagel here, because obviously TCM, they're in a good position now. They can put this away. Teams have just readied up. So I noticed they played quite a bit of Sniper, and Bagel is pretty notorious for just not being a Sniper map at all. So what did they forget?
They've forgotten config. It's a false start, I believe. They've not changed the config. It's current year, and everyone's spamming in the chat. CFG exclamation mark who's posted. Oh, it's you hate to see it.
Yeah, rep captain, that kind of stuff.
That's a fine LAN as well.
Wrong
config. Yep, there we go. Yeah, starting for real this time on Koth-Bagel, like you say, Sniper is a bit harder. Not that it stopped some teams from trying it, particularly in the lower divisions, but at the top of the game, it's not got the same sightline as something like a process or a product would. So nobody going to be trying any funniness so far. Everyone stock standard cookie cutter as we get rolling out onto this first mid.
Yeah, we have Gar playing pretty aggressively in the flank, and then Solo actually doing the exact same thing on the opposite side. It's always a matter of like which side do we commit onto, and can we just pick someone off here. We see BB and Solar playing pretty far forward right now. So they're exposed, but they're also in a position where they can come in and flank. And until that happens and really materializes, it's just going to be a spam war in mid. And Stig is really far forward right now. He's taking so much space, and he's actually going to end up with his team capturing it out with 0 kills coming in so far.
Yeah, they're just taking so much space, and like you say, Stig just dealing all the damage, just completely cordoning off the entrance to that point, and the 2 scouts doing a great job as well on the TCM side, just even better job now taking down Satan as well, and that's going to use the opportunity. So they're going to bomb in, try and get in, gets the force out on Kaya, has to use to save the rest of the team. Not ideal at all for the Potop Szwedzki side, as Shio has gone out safe and sound over to the concrete, going to be looking to reuse back in, not quite in time to deny the capture, but in time to perhaps catch onto Smeary and maybe get even more as well.
Yeah, even was on the wrong side. Somehow survived for way longer than I thought. But Satan, he's in here again as well. And it's just slowly the Swedish team being picked off. Unkaya, if he can survive this, it's going to be absolutely huge, but everyone's just slowly...
Flat 4 HP!
Wow. Talk about limping in there. He's still so weak. Oh my god. Get to the respawn, Captain, please.
Yeah, he couldn't get to the cabinet rack. I think he was scared of like a teammate opening the door by accident, and obviously can't press the reset bind. And you've got
he can. Why can't he press the reset bind?
I guess you can if you use your bind. I'm not a med. I guess you can just press reset bind.
Yeah, you maintain your Uber when you do that.
Maybe yeah. Wrong config or something on the on your game config as well.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe he has like kill on when you're outside and there's a small chance that the spawn is bugged and he dies in spawn, right? I'm just going to go with that. Or maybe Onkaya just doesn't have that bind because he's old school.
Perhaps, yeah, that is also
that's actually way funnier, so I'm going to go with that explanation.
Also, perhaps more likely as well.
Yeah, probably.
But anyway, in the midst of all of this, Uber charges have come up for either side, and actually the entire TCN combo is just running all the way in behind. 2 scouts on the chariot Uber running straight in behind, skirting, bypassing on a drive-by past the Swedish combo. Going to be perhaps getting a couple of kills as well, straight onto those 2 soldiers, maybe onto Smeary as well, who actually gets out to the health pack just about. Onkaya forced all the way back out through lobby as well, and it's really not looking good for Potop Szwedzki. They've only got 15 seconds on the point. Going to be losing even more as well as Smeary goes down. Air Force back towards spawn. Everyone being just locked out in this house and not good at all.
I actually wonder. So Sola went in there and followed up on some damage there onto Smear, but maybe that's not even worth it just because of the respawn waves. All right, like, it's going to be so long before Solo's in this fight, whereas Smear has a relatively quick respawn. So he's now not going to be able to be in this fight, whereas Smear is. Alpha, however, will catch a pipe, and it's just being denied them any time on the point right now, which is so painful because you really want that on this map, and it's just all collapsing again. Kind of crazy how this Polish team is now just completely taking control.
Yeah, absolutely, and yeah. 4 seconds left on the clock. Satan going to have to jump in, loses out in the sword fight to Stick, and they're going to have to use him, but they're going to have to unflash at some point to try and get some time onto the point. It seems like they're just about going to get him to Gar, but he dies instantly as soon as he jumps up on top, and that is it. Round number 1 in a very, very convincing way, going the way of TCM.
Yep, only 15 seconds got taken off of that for the Swedish team. That's not a lot. And I can't even remember when that happened. It was just, after that, it was just victory after victory. So let's see if it's the same kind of very timid mid here from both teams, or if we're actually going to get some commitment here. Actually, Gar's in very aggressively onto Cruel, and Beeman tried to go in as well, but Cruel will survive.
Caught. Yeah, Satan gets caught. The flank bust coming in on this left-hand side from TCM, getting straight in onto Satan, getting in behind a bit as well, and crunching in Smeary and Kaya, last 2 alive once again, and Sola once again on that killer on Kaya, and Smeary is going to be getting caught as well. The full wipe, only at the cost of 2 players, and I've got to say that the hopes are looking rather dire for the Swedes.
Yeah, they're just looking to be outclassed right now. It wasn't that evident on the first map, I don't think, that it was an outclassing. It just kind of felt like the Swedes were getting kind of unlucky, and then not being quite good enough to rectify that luck. But right now, it's just looking like they're being outclassed, if I'm being honest. So hopefully they can come back for this. Maybe if the Polish players get too cocky, they just overextend. You can get them picked off, and then you can slowly whittle your way back in like that. But yeah, Bieber, okay, got in way too deep there, but unable to really get onto the medic either. So the problem right now for the Swedes are that Sio has this Uber, and he's just sitting pretty on that, and Onkaya hasn't been close for a very long time. He's about to build it now, but they just lost 2 players again. And it's just time down the drain, all of it. Smear dies as well. Oh.
Yeah, the thing is, it's not even just like it's time down the drain. Like you get sort of pinched in so hard like this in lobby. Like it almost feels like it's completely unbreakable, right? Like how do you see unless something seriously turns around? Like how are they going to manage it? Maybe Alba getting in behind and getting a kill and collapsing in onto his left-hand side is going to be enough, but like look how much space they've got to traverse before they even start getting into the game. Cruel going to jump in as well, land a nice little rocket onto the players, but there's still an Uber charge straight out on this point, so it's still not game over yet at all. Alov is going to be wanting to perhaps trade across into the point, block this cap, and the timer just painfully ticks down, and Potop Szwedzki not going to be happy at all. As the timer now, it's almost 2 minutes towards TCM.
Yeah, they did manage to get out here just because TCM overextended. They did actually get a little bit cocky, and they're actually winning this fight pretty well. Or at least, if not winning, they're doing it enough to get the point here. As Alov's going to come back, stand on the point, and nobody's really contesting him yet. This is so much time, you just instantly get recapped. That was only 11 seconds off of the clock, and now everything's just getting completely eviscerated from the Swedish team. They're going to have to get out of there. Onkai will survive. That's really good, but now they're going to have to deal with another forward hold.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll say they got 15 seconds last round, and that wasn't a particularly great showing this time. They're only down to 11 seconds, and yet Potop Szwedzki got a real uphill mountain to get up back into this game, and it's going to have to start with some sort of burst out of this forward hold. And they seem to be getting some sort of pressure out of it with really smooth to Krull, who just manages to find his way in through main, getting straight onto that demo, a massive pick, and Bevan going down as well. Means that with 20 seconds left, they're going to have to start pressuring in down 2 players, including a demo man. There's still an Uber charge to get off Shio as well.
Yeah, Gar getting taken down here. That's really painful. Satan dying in the back lines as well. The Ubers have been exchanged. But what's this even to retreat to here for Onkaya? He will link back up with Smear, but they're going to have to go in now. Time is about to run out, so they're going to have to win a 4v6, and it's just not in the cards right now. It's not happening.
Yeah, absolutely not. Nice shots again from Stick and Krull over on the point, and yeah, there we have it. And I was on 2 down on this, but that's a total of less than 30 seconds off of 2 whole rounds from Potop Szwedzki, and it's been absolute domination so far from TCM. So I love to say what to change, but I feel like there's perhaps a big long list, and it's got to start off with some sort of different play here, some sort of different plan, and just some sort of in-look into this game, because so far Potop Szwedzki have been taken out so badly so far.
They might just have to pull out the no. Solar just instantly takes him down. As I was about to say, I think they need to pull out the pizza polished type of shenanigans, but actually Shiu gets bombed in here as well. So both medics are down, and Shiu died last, so Onkai is actually going to have a pretty significant Uber advantage here. And he starts healing immediately, so that's probably going to be like a 35% Uber advantage for him, just off of that. So this is actually a pretty decent situation, despite them losing this mid.
Yeah, absolutely. And they're BB was just sat around in the lobby, just waiting to see if he can find anything. But nope, gonna have to back out as the onslaught comes back through again. Yep, and like you say, 35% Uber advantage, nicely called. As pressure coming in from the right-hand house. TCM really want to get in, really want to try and get in onto anyone from this blue combo. Maybe this is the turnaround that they were looking for, getting a couple of good kills there as well. Gar going down is maybe not ideal for the Swedes, but managed to get some space, getting some point time, and really getting themselves into the round for perhaps the first time this series.
Yeah, they did a really good job of just collapsing on the flank right there. They had players coming in from the other side as well, or at least from the mid side, right, while also pushing the flank. So really nice teamwork there for them. And now they have this Uber advantage, and Shiu is playing pretty far forward, so they can actually go in here. They lose the point, but they should be an easy recap here. They need to go before the Ubers come into effect. I'm actually surprised at how passive Onkaya is playing. I think they just need to go forward. They're kind of pissing away their own advantage right now.
Yeah, they're getting a kill onto Solar and actually going to bomb and try and get under shield. Launched up into the air. Satan gets one rocket, gets the pack to shield, and Gargaming and trying to get even more. Gets another rocket, but it's not enough. Eventually goes down. Him. And it's as Shield gets the Uber as well, so it is technically going to go down as a drop.
Yeah, I don't think he realized he had it there, actually.
Oh dear, that was literally like the millisecond that the Uber charge came through. Somebody just sat there spamming the right mouse button or something, but nope. Not gonna pop it up in time, and now we talked about Onkaya's advantage. Now it is a full advantage for this Swedish medic.
Yeah, indeed. The point is still belonging here to TCM. So they need to get chased back out, but they should have so much space. They're actually taking the flank. This is kind of surprising to me that they're going for this flank push here. As Al is struggling to take down Ella.
Forced as well. Okay.
Oh yeah, they basically forced on a single scout. This somehow turned out really badly for them.
Yeah. Not good at all. Now Shio going to have 50% advantage. They are going to get some time on the clock, so this has been by far the most competitive round, but Alba going to be taken down to the sticky trap as well. That's one less scout on this hold. They're really not going to stick around too long at all. But the pressure coming in from TCM Satan, going to try and go in and get some good damage. Gets one rocket onto Shio, but not going to get any more. Now 2 players down. That's retreats everyone. Everyone's all the way out. Apart from Gar, who's going to try and go for some play on the flank. There's an opportunity for flank plays and gets the second drop of this round. Gar coming in clutch once again, and maybe this is what they need, right? Like,
yeah, just drop the enemy medic over and over.
Like,
yeah, absolutely. It's so easy. Why didn't they think of doing this earlier? I don't understand. As they're gonna have an 80% advantage here, pushing out. This should be, as long as they can break this forward hold without wasting too much time, they should actually be really good here. They haven't dropped any players so far. And actually, she was really far forward. They could actually catch him if they're really quick. Oh, okay.
EV's aggressive as well, going for a play onto the medic. Not going to catch anything. Smooth taking a bit of damage as well. But like you say, they've managed to get on the point, get it without losing any players as well. And for the first time again, they're actually not quite ahead of the clock yet. They've got a chance to be ahead of the clock pretty soon. And yeah, 1 minute left on either clock. Forward hold break attempt going to be coming through. Alba very, very aggressive up through main, getting out just about alive. You know, you fed in kind of aggressively last time and got caught out by a trap. This time just about gets out alive at about 20 HP, but still so precarious it feels like in his forward hold. Solo doing great damage as well. They're going to have to back out of it eventually just because of the health.
It's kind of interesting how bad these teams are at breaking the forward hold when compared to when we look at the top Prem team. Top Prem team breaking forward holds very quickly, whereas both of these teams, they kind of struggle to do it very fast. And they're going to go in here. Sola gets taken down. Satan in the backlines, however, will get picked off. The Uber will retreat right now, and Unkai is kind of left alone. Oh my god, okay. Barely manages to meet up there with Gar, but everyone has been chased back out right now for the Swedes and the Polish players. They can now cap out the point. This point caps very quickly.
Yeah, look at the times though, right? Like, it's down to 20 seconds on the Swedish side. Like, it's maybe not the end of the world, and the Sporter's coming in. It's not like Shio's going to have an Uber charge or anything. Unkai did get out alive, and wasn't like he was not beaming for particularly long, so they're going to start making their way back in. And Potop Szwedzki even going straight in, trying to get into Stick and Shio, but gets neither of them. Both taken way, way below half HP, and now trying to walk back in as the rest of the team. But they've got a chaser coming in behind, a bit of a motivator coming up from the lobby. Solo going to come and actually just decide to leave it, not going to over-aggress too much. But Alba caught out once more, and this time they had a minute to get back, and now it's been 30 seconds of that minute. Has already burnt down Uber charges up on either side, which I guess might slow things down even further, given that Shio can just use an Uber charge to block points eventually. So it's a do or die for the chance.
Yeah, they're gonna get one chance, and Gar runs into a sticky trap. Nice little sneaky one there coming out of Stick, as he is gonna get jumped, but he will get flashed as well. And this is just a cleanup crew right now. It's not impossible for the Swedes to win this fight yet, but so far it looks like they're just slowly getting chipped down here. Cruel's going to do some nice work. Unkaya unable to cap out, and that's going to be that. 3-0. Very quick match. 5-0, 3-0 for TCM.
Yeah, that was such a weird third map, right? Because like that felt like such a massive skill difference in the first two. Obviously, like getting those 2 drops in the third round obviously makes a big difference. But like it did sort of feel like it was a different team that came out on Potop Szwedzki in that second round. Like they seemed a bit better coordinated, and that obviously not quite enough to get them over the line. But yeah, those first 2 rounds they were completely outclassed, and yeah, TCM going to be dominant in this group, making their way straight to LAN 5-0-3-0. Doesn't get much more dominant than that, and they're going to be playing at poLANd.tf 2024.
Yeah, get to represent their own country at the Polish LAN. You always love to see that. Of course, the Swedes might still just make it in there. Looks like they're pretty likely to, actually, if you look at the opposition. But they're going to need to play better for sure. All right, we're going to take a look at some logs. And what I noticed throughout the last round of this map was just that the Swedes tended to go for a lot of solo plays where they just tried to be a hero. So you just have one scout barreling in, trying to get the medic and just 2-shot him. And then when that doesn't work, then maybe you have a soldier going like, oh, we're down, we have a disadvantage. I better go in there and try and see if we can get the medic or something. And then he fails. So it's just too many individual single plays, and yeah, you need to play more together, I think.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, I guess in that third round, maybe a lot of the reason why it was so close is because some of those solo plays did work. Like they got those 2 drops onto Shield, but like yeah, of course, most of the time that isn't going to happen, and yeah, you're just going to be feeding in, losing players, and at this level of TF2, 1 pick can be the difference between holding a point, having to give it up, between your push being successful, between your push not, and having to stall out, or winning a mid, losing a mid. So yeah, like you say, you've got to just keep the coordination and yeah, just play as a team and not just not bleed picks in going for aggressive solo players like that. But yeah, so like I said before, Potop Szwedzki, they're not out of the game just yet. They're still going into that sort of second place, like repechage losers bracket thing, where 3 of those 4 teams will make it. So if anyone's a fan of these the old Swedish players, there's still a decent chance that they will make it to LAN, and it will be playing next February over in Lodz.
Yeah, I can't wait to see everyone there. It's going to be very, very, very fun. Basically, got to be Arcadia 2.0. It's kind of what it's feeling like right now. Obviously, it's a different event and everything, but it's kind of funny how we moved away from iSeries, and now we find random plays and then we just send all the best teams there.
Yeah,
stacked tournaments.
Well, yeah, this is looking to be a really stacked tournament, right? Like this. I know obviously like there's not teams from like from other continents coming, but as for like European TF2, there's a lot of the best teams and a lot of the best players are going to be there.
Yeah, absolutely. So, do we know when we have more qualification matches? Or do they need to schedule
basically,
them?
it depends on when they schedule them. I think default dates. I can check briefly. I think default dates for the rest of the qualifiers were like later this week. I want to say yes, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday are the default dates for the rest of the qualifiers. Whether the games will be played on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I can't confirm. Obviously, teams might agree to play earlier or make arrangements to play slightly later or something. Like we might just say, "Oh, we'll just play them all on one night" or something silly. But like, yeah, basically by the end of the week, we can expect the this like lower bracket run to be finalized.
All right. So definitely make sure you tune in for that. Keep your eyes open. We'll post about it once we know about it. That's a promise. But until then, it was a good time, Ben. I know you've been casting all day, so
my voice is going a little bit, yeah.
Yeah, mine is the same. I did the same yesterday.
Oh, yesterday you had 6 maps yesterday,
yeah.
didn't you? Because they both went to 3 maps. So yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, I'm all for just calling it off and going.
Yeah, hopefully we can have less cursed. Less curses striking the stream next time.